Let's take this show on the road.
Hey girl, welcome back. I'm Jasmine if you're new here. Today we're doing kind of like a chit chat, get ready with me. I'm trying a ton of new products, but I'm also venting unfortunately in this video. Low-key want to delete all the footage, but I figured I would just share it with you guys. So yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so I'm using the Huda Beauty primer. This is the Easy Blur primer, and I actually really like this. I tried it a few times last week and really enjoy it. So anyways, just like full transparency, I guess. Today was one of those days where, you know, I went to the gym. First of all, it took me forever to make it into the gym. But once I eventually made it, I just, you know, was not having a good workout. I just didn't feel like doing it. I pushed myself as much as I could. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Sephora and do some retail therapy. It was one of those days, you guys, where I was having a comparison like battle. You know, they say comparison is a thief of joy, and it definitely is. I don't deal with this all the time, but like once in a while I'll just have this like feeling of just comparing myself to other people. This is the Yummy Skin concealer by jasmineairdellepr, and this is in the shade 12 Golden. Hopefully it's the right shade. I love the packaging. Let's try this out. I'm gonna use it under my brows first. I do know that a lot of people struggle with this online, in person, you know, whatever the case, because I do believe that in real life, for me, it could be just as easy to compare yourself as online. I know a lot of times people talk about like online comparison, but this is something that happens in real life as well. Now, personally, I tend to do it more so online just because of the nature of my job. And it's not so much that I do it where I'm like, oh, like I'm jealous of this person. It's more so like, what am I doing wrong that I'm not able to get to their level, you know? And whenever I have those thoughts, it really annoys me because I'm like, why am I thinking this? Like, I know everyone's different, everyone's on their own journey, and I know it's literally like the enemy trying to like distract me and throw me off course. Anyways, I decided to go to Sephora because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go to Sephora, my happy place, get some makeup so I can try some new stuff. This stuff so far that I've shown you guys, I have had for like a couple weeks, but I did pick up a couple of new things from Too Faced, Tower 28, and so I got this color changing lip oil that I wanted to try. I've seen it on Instagram. I wanted to try it. So that's what I picked up today. I can't wait to try these products. I actually really like this concealer so far. I like the shade and I like the way it's like blending out. And the coverage looks pretty good. I'm gonna definitely see more of it under my eye, but so far I think it's really nice. But back to my struggle of a morning. And I know what triggered it today. Like I know exactly what did it for me. But I also know that like it's not necessarily like how I truly feel. You know, when you have those thoughts and you're like, this is not my own thought, but I have had this thought before and I don't know why I have this thought. That's kind of how it is. To add to all of it, I have been struggling. Like my PCOS has been pretty well managed ever since Wegovy and losing weight. But I'm going to use the Patrick Ta foundation today. I've literally tried 3 amazing foundations recently, maybe 4 actually. The Patrick Ta is amazing, Huda Beauty, the Bobbi Brown, and the new Too Faced. I actually really like it as well. I know that one gets kind of like mixed reviews, but personally I really like it. I think that it's not as drying as the previous version of it. So amongst all of this happening this morning, I also was kind of feeling a little down about PCOS, and it is PCOS Awareness Month, so I have been seeing a lot more PCOS related things in my feeds, because I do follow certain accounts. Maybe I should unfollow them, to be honest. But anyways, they are helpful at times, but my PCOS has been actually really well managed, or like a lot better than it's ever been in my entire life, ever since getting on Wegovy and losing the weight. I think it's a combination of the two, probably more so the weight loss, but I don't know. Everything else has been pretty managed except my excess hair growth, and I feel like that has gotten a little worse. I'm not sure if it's because I'm getting older, like as you age, like you do lose some estrogen, so I don't know if it's related to that. It probably is. And that I have PCOS, I can only help but think it's PCOS causing it, and it's really annoying because my skin, I've dealt with acne pretty much my whole life, and I'm at a point where I feel very confident in my skin, and I have found what works for me, which is tretinoin, and it really helps manage my acne, as well as, you know, certain changes in my diet. I finally feel comfortable in my skin in my 30s, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. My 30s, what? Like, that's my whole life. But yeah, my skin has had major impact on my confidence throughout my life. I finally feel confident in my skin, and I still do, but the fact that I'm seeing the fact that I'm having excess hair growth and having to constantly pluck it out is leaving excessive dark spots, which is a new problem. And also some of these little pimples are from me plucking and missing plucking my skin away. I need to put lotion on. I'm gonna use this contour stick from LYS, and I do know that I just need to get some type of hair removal treatment done. I think I'm just gonna try laser. I didn't want to because I had heard it wasn't the best for PCOS. I'm at the point where it's starting to like annoy me, so I'm gonna just have to try it and, you know, just pray that it works. I can be free, or at least semi-relieved of this situation, because it's like I said, I am at a point where I do feel comfortable in my skin, and I'm no longer feeling like acne has ruined my life, because that's literally how I felt. Honestly, you guys, PCOS plays such a huge role in my life. I feel like a lot of my life has been controlled by PCOS, and like there's just so many decisions I've made that tie back to the fact that I was dealing with PCOS in my friendships, in relationships, in general life. I can literally point back to PCOS and the different ways it affected me in terms of like whether that be my skin, or whether that be weight, whether that be just like overall confidence, even having kids. And I know I'm not the only one whose entire life has been affected by this condition, and I just hope that there's more awareness about it. Blend out this concealer. I actually really like this concealer. I'm gonna add a second layer just to see like what it's given. I wasn't sure about the shade, to be honest, but now that I have it blended out, I really like it. Okay, that looks pretty good. Comfortable in my skin, cozy. I'm also gonna add some right here, and then we're gonna just blend away. I feel like the sponge lifted it a little bit on my chin, because the sponge was not fully like dried out. I think I had too much water left over, so hopefully this time around it doesn't pick up the product as much. Yeah, I think it's better now. I hate when that happens because it literally ruins my makeup. Anyways, that's the type of morning I was having. Also, I think the era that I grew up in, people were just so much meaner. And people like to say nowadays like, oh, have tough skin and everyone's so soft. No, people were literally mean back then, and people are still mean now. I'm not trying to say these people still exist, but a lot of the things that were acceptable back then to say to people and to like say out loud are not acceptable anymore. Thank goodness, because I think that also plays a big role in you know, self-confidence and how you feel about yourself, especially as a black girl. Hello, like I'm using the Huda Beauty powder, and this is in the shade Blondie. It's not new, but the shade is actually newer to me, so I am trying out this shade. And I will be using, oh wait, I should have just used the other powder. I really like this shade. I feel like it's the perfect amount of yellow for me. The other shade, Kanufa, that I used to use when I first got this powder, it's way too yellow. In my opinion, this one I think is the perfect amount of yellow. Kanufa is way too yellow for my complexion, I should say, not in general, just like on me. This one I think it's the perfect amount for me. And I actually am going to try the pressed powders over this as well. That's usually how I do it. I do a loose powder and then I apply the pressed powder over everything to just give that really flawless look. So I'm going to try that. Also, Sephora became my happy place because of all these things I was dealing with as a teenager and just growing up. Like, I remember just falling in love with makeup. Makeup definitely boosted my confidence by a lot. Like, I remember when I was finally able to wear it, even though you can still see acne through makeup, I had a lot of dark spots, like a lot of dark spots all over my face because I had so much acne, and even whenever they would heal, I had so much acne, and when it would heal, it would leave behind dark spots. Like, so I constantly had a full face of dark spots. So even though you can still see the acne bumps, you couldn't see the dark spots, and that just made me so happy. Like, I remember just literally falling in love with makeup and just what it did for me and my confidence. Even though at the end of the night I took it off, during the day I was able to feel like I could just be myself and people were not staring at my dark spots. So that was a big like life changer for me. And so Sephora always holds a special place. At the drugstore back then, they just the shade selections were just not it. So it was Sephora and MAC for me when I started getting into like makeup. So anyways, I don't know, that was surely a tangent. Don't mind me, I'm having a moment today and these tangents. All right, so this is the Artist to Go 606 palette from Makeup Forever. I'm just gonna dust a little bit of this on my eyelid. Now, oh, this is pretty. It's very like different for me. It's more cool tone than I'm usually going for, but I'm gonna try it. We're gonna do this shade right here. I like that this has a mirror because a lot of times the smaller palettes do not have mirrors, but having a mirror definitely is a game changer. I'm gonna pack this into my crease and then we're gonna blend. I think I'm gonna use the same brush. Kind of full circle, I guess, because even as a 33-year-old, Sephora still brings me joy on days when I'm not feeling my best and just feeling like I need a little boost in my spirit, you know. Obviously I did pray as well. I think it's kind of like that thing I was talking about in one of my vlogs where music can take you back to a certain place. I think for me, Sephora takes me back to that place where I finally was able to feel confident, and it will always do that for me. That was my morning. It was very much given roller coaster. I know you guys also ask a lot about like my Wegovy updates. I do have an appointment next week with my doctor, so I can give you an update once I see him. I'm at the plateau where the medication doesn't really work anymore like it used to. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically eventually your body gets used to the medication and it stops working. It's kind of how he described it to me, or it doesn't work as effectively, or I don't know. Like, basically I am no longer in a space where I feel full or like unable to eat after 3 bites. Although I never truly felt that, but I definitely noticed that I'm feeling more so how I used to feel back when not when I was heavier, but maybe like more so in my early 20s or like when I was a teenager, I guess. I want to use the middle color right here. I think I want to use this shade right here. Just to clarify, I don't have that same feeling as that I used to when I was at my heaviest, where I just constantly was thinking about food and constantly eating and having a really hard time with food. I don't have those feelings. I do kind of think about like, once I actually get off, am I gonna have those feelings again, or am I gonna feel like this? Because I'm okay with feeling like how I feel now, but I definitely do not want to feel like how I used to feel. So I'm not sure, you know, what's gonna happen once I eventually do get off. I guess when we get there, I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. This is the YSL mascara, and then I do want to put on some lashes today. I got these lashes on Amazon over the weekend, and I've been waiting to try them because they look so good. I got 2 new powders. One is from Too Faced, the other one is from Tower 28, and they both, the Too Faced one I have tried in the darker shade and I love it, so I wanted to try the medium shade under my eyes. And then the Tower 28, I've just been hearing a lot of good stuff about it on TikTok, and I got the shade Hermosa Honey. So I don't know which one I want to try today. Maybe we should try one on each side. That's probably a bad idea. Actually, I'll do one on my forehead. Sorry for the noise. I'll do one in my forehead, and then I'll do one under my eye, so I can kind of test both out today and see which one I like better. This one I got in the shade Tan, and it's a little lighter. We're gonna do the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting? I've also been a little more stressed in general with the kids going back to school. So I think that also plays a role in everything. Just having my stress levels a little higher. I always get a little anxious once the kids are back in school, especially with Clay because he has autism, and it just always kind of worries me a little. I think it's just as a parent, you know. I'm going to use the new Makeup Forever lip liner in the shade Limitless Brown. These are the newer version, and I think they are waterproof. And the originals are amazing, so these are just like times 10. I'm going to line my lips. Oh, my camera is overheating. How cute. These are the ones that I got on Amazon. I think I'm gonna try the pink ones today. Actually, I'm gonna try the yellow ones today. Yeah, let's try the yellow. And it's so hard to decide. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna try the yellow ones. I'm gonna try the yellow ones today. I'll be right back with these on. I'm gonna do this with my camera off just so it can cool down a bit because it's overheating, and the perfect timing. First of all, I love these lashes. They look so good. I'm wearing the yellow style, so I'll have those links below. And then I'm gonna do blush. This is the Pat McGrath in Paradise Venus. I love this shade. It's so pretty. I'm gonna dust off my brush a little because I feel like I have a different shade on here. While I was putting my lashes on, I realized that I felt so much better, and I think because I just vented out to you guys, I just feel completely back to myself. And now I'm like, should I even upload this video? Because I feel like I just vented for like an hour. If you see this video, just know I love you. All right, we're gonna do some setting spray. This is the Juvia's Place setting spray. I'm gonna shake it. I actually really like this. I've been using it for a little bit now. And we're gonna fan. I'm excited because we get to try the Too Faced powder now. We're gonna try Too Faced in the shade Tan. I'm gonna apply this here. Oh, she's bright. Wait, hold on. This is extremely bright, so use with caution, but I think I like it. If you want that bright under eye, this is definitely gonna give you that. It's very smooth and as well. It looks really nice. And if you can see the difference between this side and this side, it looks really good. I said I was gonna use this one under my eye, but I kind of want to try the Tower 28 as well. So All right, I'm gonna do the Tower 28 on this side. I said I wasn't, but I will. This is the new Too Faced powder, and I'm gonna compare the Tower 28 on the other side. Tower 28 is a little deeper, but we're gonna just apply it as well. I might prefer this one because it's a little deeper. Let's see. Let's see. It's more natural. Okay, this is more so like every day. You want brightness, but not too much. For that level of brightness, you would definitely need to go lighter in this powder. But, oh, this looks good too, though. Wait, this powder? Girl. These both look amazing. Obviously, this side is brighter significantly, but I think they both look really good. I'm going to put the Tower 28 on my forehead just so I can get another look at it and see like how I feel. Yeah, it's definitely deeper. It's more of a natural look, I would say, for me. But the quality of the powder, like the way it lays on my skin, it's given flawless. I really like the way it looks, like in terms of like the finish. It looks really good. I'm taking a little of the Too Faced and I'm just gonna put it right in the corner just to brighten the corner a bit. I want to make sure my under eyes look the same. So I'm just gonna brighten just the inner corner. These are both really nice. I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna apply the Tower 28 down here. Just to I'm just gonna dust it onto my lower jawline. Yeah, this shade for me is more of like an everyday set-in powder shade. It looks very natural on my complexion. It just really, wow, this is a pretty powder. Very pretty. I'm gonna do some mascara on my bottom lashes real quick. And then we'll try my new color changing lip oil. I'm definitely curious about that one. Then we're gonna do the color changing lip oil from Clarins. This is the black shade, but it's supposed to change color. So it literally looks black. It's literally black, but it's supposed to change color based on your lips, I believe. It says natural color and sparkly shine. I love the way these smell, by the way. They smell so good. Is anything happening? I feel like I can't really tell if anything's happening. I think it's kind of like becoming my lip color. It's not clear, but it's not like, okay. And by the way, I'm literally just gonna go run some errands, Home Goods, the supermarket. That's pretty much it. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you for being my internet friends. Anyways, I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.